Thank you, panel. It's great to see you, and this is a issue that's near and dear to my heart. First of all, let me tell you, I drive a flex fuel vehicle. I buy E85 everywhere I go because I believe if each and every one of us takes responsibility for ourselves and we talk about it, that's a big help because we need to buy American wherever we go. And we should be doing this not only when gas is $4 a gallon, but even when it's lower. I just want to tell a story. I'm sure that everybody has a story to tell, and you hear many of them. But I have a company a company in my district called Nova Biosource Fuels. It's in Seneca, Illinois, and it's a renewable fuels business that's having financial trouble due to the economic crisis that we're in, and it's probably no different than anybody else. And it's a producer of biodiesel. It buys leftover grease from the fast food restaurants and turns that waste product into usable energy. Now, I toured it a couple weeks ago, and now last Thursday, they have announced that they will be ceasing production because they're unable to identify a lender to give them credit while they're waiting for money to come in. They need to buy their feedstock so that they can turn it around. They have the capacity to annually produce 230 million gallons of biodiesel, which is equal to 55 million fewer barrels of crude oil. If only they had the funds to be available to them. So, you know, when oil is valued at $40 a barrel, it means over $2 trillion of U.S. wealth transfers out of this country. Now, this is probably no different than anybody else, and I've heard for the last hour and a half some of the different challenges and what's going on. We've heard about loan guarantees. We've heard about different challenges. They need $20 million. Now, that's not something that's easily gotten, and they've talked to several creditors. Now, as a panel, and whoever wants to answer this, if there was one thing you as a group would ask Congress, how would you ask Congress right now to help with this credit crisis? Because that is the problem. Simple, one thing, and I shouldn't use the word simple. Nothing is simple when it comes to Congress. But everybody's having trouble getting credit. And it's a vicious cycle. And this is our problem. If they can get credit, they could keep their employers or their people employed and go out and get their product. What would you say to Congress on how you would get what would you need to get help for to keep these businesses going? I don't know.
I'll take a stab at it.
Thank you, Mr. Faraci.
You know, Nova Biosource, they're one of our members. They produce a quality fuel. They're a great company. I mean, you've really put a face on what is a larger issue in our overall industry right now. I know I'm sounding like a brokered record here, but I would go back to, you're talking about drawing in capital and having people have faith that there's going to be a long-term commitment to displacing petroleum with domestic renewable fuels. So I would give you two answers, and you've heard me saying previously. You have to have a long-term extension of the tax incentive, and you have to have a workable RFS, too, that's going to create a domestic market for these fuels. That sends a signal to creditors and investors that these industries are going to be around, these companies are going to be around, and there's going to be a marketplace for them to meet a demand in. I think that would go further than anything in terms of, keeping companies like Nova Biosource around, and we should.
And how soon could we do that? I mean, how quickly then could we help them stay in business, turn things around so that they could do what they do best, and that we could send the message and educate people out there that we're going to do everything we can here in Congress to help them, because what we've done in the stimulus package is to help those who haven't gotten to this point. They're already up and running. They don't need that feed money or that seed money to get started.
If you look at the stimulus bill, and there are some parallels to be drawn from it, the idea of doing multi-year extensions on Section 45, where you're doing on the renewable energy electricity production side, is going to have the effect that you're talking about. The idea was that you're going to draw that capital in. The sooner that you can move on a longer-term extension of biodiesel, the better off we're going to be. Same thing on the renewable fuel side. I mean, Congress has acted. The program was supposed to be up and running on January 1 of this year. The sooner that's implemented in a workable fashion, the better off they're going to be.